Hello. How's it going? I hope everyone's well. I am doing as well as I might. I don't have a lot to report. I've been reading the starter set stuff. The adventure seems nifty. And I haven't heard any feedback from anyone that's interested in doing a real 20, or the D20 online tool set game of it. So I may reach out to a few people and ask them if they'd be interested. Maybe Jeff Greiner. He and I used to game together. Might be fun to grab him for that. Beyond that, not a lot to report. I think I'm in a philosophical mood tonight. I've been thinking about... So, I have a new toy. And isn't that pretty? Whoops. Wrong way. So, I've been thinking about... is it possible to play an emotionally stable, well-adjusted hero? In a role-playing game sense. One-shots, I think you can. Well-adjusted, intelligent, sane people find themselves in unfortunate circumstances from time to time. Fine. But a campaign of it. So, your average hero, he does things that no rational or sane person would seek out. Now, you could go with a firefighter, maybe a soldier in some respects, but even a firefighter has far more caution than, a D&D adventurer or anything. Horror games? I mean, do any of these people have, a well-adjusted nature to them? I don't know. I've tried to play well-adjusted characters at LARPs. And while it's an interesting thing to do, they invariably look at what the other people are doing and go, you people are crazy. Or possibly borderline evil. So, I don't know. I don't know if you can be well-adjusted and be an adventurer. Maybe if I ever get around to writing some of my games into full formats instead of just sort of rough sketches, I will include a rule that you have to be a little crazy in some way. That you can't be emotionally adjusted and still do this kind of work. Superheroes are not emotionally adjusted. I think that may actually be one of my biggest problems with Superman, actually. Because he never has to make the choice. He's essentially a god. He never has to go, wait, this is crazy. Why would I do this? Because he has the power. Why wouldn't he do this? Is really the question. Thor is another one where you're just kind of like, why wouldn't you do that? Why wouldn't you go and be a hero to the people and help people all over the world doing as much as you possibly could? Because, you've got the powers of a god. But somebody like Batman, or Iron Man, or Hawkeye, even Captain America, he's got the power, sure, because, superhuman stuff, but after a certain point, he keeps going because that's all he knows, right? He never stops and goes, I've done my bit. Let younger men who haven't fought in wars handle this problem. He never stops and says, you know what, maybe I shouldn't be doing this anymore. Because, well, on some level, he doesn't have an existence without being that soldier. He doesn't know how to operate in a world where he isn't that guy. Spider-Man has so much crippling guilt that the only way he can deal with it is by being a hero and, bleeding all over New York City. Daredevil, similar sort of thing. Heroes are kind of messed up. The ones with the really superpowers, after a certain point, you kind of go, okay, yeah, you'd be kind of an irresponsible dick if you didn't, go help people. If Thor just sort of sat back and went, yeah, that's not my problem. Yeah, he'd be a dick. That's, mutants, they have their own problem because, people don't trust mutants, right? They got that whole sort of cultural mutant thing, going on of being persecuted. And so they're weird in that regard. And their response to it is to militantly try and fight and save everyone else. Which I can sort of get, but there's got to be some psychological issues there. Let's not even talk about Wolverine, who, half of his existence he didn't remember for a long time, and, he's constantly bombarded with sensations about people that no one really is supposed to deal with. Telepaths? Come on. How are these people not all barking mad? You really don't want to hear what people think about you. You want to hear about it when they're having their kindest thoughts. When they're having their, nicest thoughts about you. You don't want to hear the horrible little fleeting thoughts we all have about people. Those irritations, the snarky little things that pop into our heads that we'd never say because we don't want to hurt anyone. Now imagine you can't help but hear that all the time. You'd go nuts! Not to mention hearing everybody else's wacky issues. I don't know. One of my favorite characters in comics is Doctor Strange. And honestly, in some ways, he is a remarkably adjusted individual. Yes, he has a passion for magic, and he learned how to use it. And he takes that upon himself as a responsibility. So, probably should have gone way early on, but he didn't. But on the other end of things, he doesn't fly around the city trying to find crimes to stop. He is not an action junkie. He has his area of expertise. When he can help out, he does. But he doesn't go out of his way. He doesn't feel some sort of guilt-driven drive to make the world a better place. Pardon me. We all have a responsibility to make the world a better place, but we don't have to torture ourselves to do it. And a lot of the superhero characters do. And you kind of have to go, well, what the hell is wrong with them? And, part of that is we are an innately selfish species at times. Most of the time, honestly. And that's fine. It's part of what makes us human. And the fact that we can rise above that nature is what makes us good humans. And so, yeah, heroes could rise above their baser nature, I guess. But the whole point I'm trying to make is, you look at all these characters who torture themselves and never take it off. You know, they never say, you know what, I'm done. Let somebody else do it. It's not like there aren't enough of them. That's my sort of rambling philosophical thoughts tonight. To be a hero, in particular, I'm using superheroes as an example, you kind of have to be crazy. You have to be masochistic or dealing with some serious issues. Or you be so powerful that not doing something is you being a dick. You know, sure, anyone who sees a guy fall off of, subway, landing onto the track should be, apt to go and help the guy up. That's different. Somebody like Spider-Man or Daredevil or Batman and Nightwing and, all of those characters, they all sort of wander around looking for someone to save. They're not actually going, right, well, that's going on. I should go do something about that. They're going, well, I don't know where there's something going on, but there's obviously something going on, so I'm going to go find it. Because I can't stand myself if I don't. And that's a little messed up. Whereas, like in a D&D sense, you have the people who are like, hey, let's go kill some things! Okay, you're a sociopath. Time to go away now. You're not a hero. Or the guys who go, well, it's our responsibility because we're capable to go fight the evil. Okay, I can sort of see the argument, but you keep going. I mean, it's not like, well, we went and defeated the evil. Let's go take a siesta. No, most of the D&D adventurer types go, right, we defeated this evil. Next, let's go over there and defeat that evil. Wait, are you the only guys who can do this? I mean, if you're the only guys who can do it, I can see it. But if you're not, why do you keep doing that? And then there are the guys who are like, yeah, I hear that dungeon's got lots of loot. There might be some evil in it. Let's go do that. You know what I mean? There's something about it. Kind of weird. Oh well. I'm done. I'm going to leave you guys with that bit of crazy thoughts that have been bouncing through my head. And I'm going to leave with my wonderful crystal ball. Yay! Isn't that cool? Super awesome. I am so weird. Go ahead and subscribe, like, tell all your friends, and tell me I'm wrong. Feel free to tell me I'm wrong, because let's face it, I'm often wrong. But I'll talk to you later. Alright. Ooh, isn't it special?